Logan Paul sold his PSA 10 Pikachu Illustrator Pokemon card. It was a record sale, 16,492,000 at Golden Auctions. It was a Guinness Book of World Record for most expensive trading card that was bought by AJ Scaramucci. This is our art. This is our Picasso. Somebody going out and paying $16 million for a Pokemon card probably rivals a huge amount of insanely fine art. So somebody like a Mr. Wonderful, somebody like a Logan Paul, big personalities that are on TV that are really talking about getting into this. So it's like getting the next generation involved. Yeah, that's fine. So
what are you trying to say, Troy?
So February 2026, Logan Paul sold his PSA 10 Pikachu Illustrator Pokemon card. It was a record sale, 16,492,000 at Golden Auctions. It was a Guinness Book of World Record for most expensive trading card that was bought by AJ Scaramucci. This is a topic that is, I guess, very near and dear to my heart. Not so much like Pokemon. I've dabbled in probably all different types of cards, but specifically, like I collect baseball. Like that's my passion.
Okay, so question.
Sure.
Was this a good investment or
For
was
him?
this just about nostalgia? I don't even know if it was about nostalgia because Pikachu is
So
like more.
yeah, so Logan was a big collector. I mean, he's been like
Is a big collector.
Yeah, it is still a big collector. Still has a substantial, like probably one of the rarest collections of stuff. I think he has one of the only, like, I think there's one of two like Charizard cards that he has. I mean, there's just like super, super rare stuff that he has. But I think originally, Troy, correct me if I'm wrong, he paid like $4 million for this originally, or 4 or 5 million for this card.
I think it was around 5.5 million.
5.5 million. Okay.
And he already bought it like graded, and it was okay.
Yeah, so he bought it years ago for 5.5 million and then sold it for 3x.
And was it just the time?
Yeah, it's just that
the time that it took to grow in value, or now because after COVID, it's like this giant boom.
So there's a lot of stuff. Okay. So there's time in which the card market has just gone up drastically. There's the hype of him. So he's a person that's constantly online talking about it, and it's like he had it. So there's like an added value to that piece. Also, from the standpoint of, I think, Pokemon, I think it's the 30th anniversary or 35th anniversary, like I think this week.
Oh.
So like there's definitely like a thing where like timing the sale of it hit in like a perfect storm scenario.
Got it.
So there's a lot of stuff, but kind of going back to childhood of like 30 years ago is like when this was created. And I remember being a kid and kind of like dabbling in it. My brother was involved in like collecting the cards, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now as an adult, going into kind of like the sports card market, it was during COVID, it exploded. But prior to that, when we were able to do like a lot of like sports betting and things like stuff that we had talked about previously, I just wasn't into that anymore.
Right.
So I went from kind of like betting sports to collecting cards.
Yeah.
And really just got into it, and since like created an LLC and like have like, I mean, now it's a thing. So, but it's fun. And I think the topic of today's podcast is like kind of when do hobbies become investments, or are things that like, is it gambling or is it an investment?
Yeah. Yep.
And it's all of it. I mean, that's the true answer.
It's everything wrapped into one. And I think that's what's caused the boom of it. And in COVID, and I didn't know really, but like I kind of read a little bit about why it exploded. And it was just like, you think about a lot of things were shut down when they weren't even playing games.
Right.
So it was like, and people had to pivot. The people in that business, and we know some like very personally.
Very well,
yeah, like they had to pivot, and it was like, now we're streaming this stuff live.
Yeah.
And the audience grew.
Yeah.
And people are watching it. I mean, and it's funny to think like it's like an adult, so watching people open cards is like equivalent to the kids when you're like, why are you on YouTube watching people play with toys and you're literally like have toys right here?
Well,
In a sense, but
yeah. So in that case, I mean, you're participating. So
right.
sometimes I watch and I'm not participating, just like I watch like
Yeah. Participating for
somebody,
sure.
like there are plenty of
There's a
times
difference.
I'll be on a walk or do something and I pull up a video and it's like a person like playing slots or blackjack.
Right.
And I'm like, I watch gambling videos all the time. So like I have a lot of
Confessions.
yeah. So when it comes to cards, like whenever you're actually participating,
Yeah. It's exciting.
it's exciting, but it's like a 24-hour, like there are nights I can't sleep and I jump on my phone and I'm like, I'm going to see what's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm going to see if I can get any deals or if there's anything that I like that's like currently like in stock on like an obscure channel or overseas or whatever. Like that's the nice thing is you go on one or two platforms,
Yeah.
they have everybody in the world that's doing this. So it's kind of
Well,
crazy.
and to like piggyback off of that to say he has turned this into an actual vehicle for making money,
Yeah.
not just a hobby. So I don't want people to sit here that hey,
No,
this
no, no,
guy,
no.
this guy's on here 24/7. Just
Yeah, I mean it's
but
definitely
like it is now an
it's a hobby,
investment.
but
Yeah.
it is. And there are ways. So like Troy has talking points and stuff for us to talk about. So is it gambling or is it an investment? And I mean there's several ways to do it.
Oh gosh.
So there are ways. I mean, I have very, very good friends that are in the business that are
Mhm.
very vanilla in what they do with cards. So they will go to a show, they will go online, and they will find something that's mispriced or find somebody that needs to get rid of an item
Yeah.
and buy it at a discount. And they know that the last 10 of these items sold for $100, I can buy it for $75 and then I can sell it for $100.
Yeah.
Like that's a very, very
Finding the arbitrage. Yeah.
easy
Yeah.
way to consistently make money. And that is the way that most people like grinders in
Yeah.
cards like make money. That like for me, like I do that every once in a while. Like that's not fun.
Yeah.
I want like I want the rarest item. I want something that nobody else has.
Yeah.
I want something where I have the ability to 100x or 200x my investment.
Yeah.
So I go the gambling route more times than not, where I'm trying to search for a unique serial number an item or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's different approaches. So you have the ability to lose, but you also have the ability for a very low
The
investment.
upside.
Yeah, like
Yeah, yeah.
I mean something that was just hit very recently was
Personally or
no, like
Okay.
in the world.
in the world?
So like Cooper Flag in the NBA is like this year's like great rookie, plays for the
Yeah.
Dallas Mavericks. So his 1-of-1 autograph card was hit by somebody that had a relatively low buy-in, and that will end up probably being a 7-figure plus card.
Yeah.
So if you're going to a show and buying the $100 card for $75, like you know what you're getting, but you
Right.
never have the chance of getting the life-changing
Yeah.
card. And that's what a lot of people play for. They use it as like an online casino. So
Yeah.
that is purely gambling. But you could hit. I don't know that
Absolutely.
I recommend that for a lot of people, but
Mhm.
in the world of like what people are doing and the interactions on these websites,
Yeah.
that is the most activity, is stuff that can be bought and instantly cashed out because it's that dopamine rush for
Yeah.
a ton of people.
And people are taking it to eBay to resell
So-
or
Some places online, they'll just buy it right from you.
so okay, so you buy in and I know I'm kind of familiar with this
Sure.
stuff,
Yeah.
but you have someone who has like this live, like they are ripping packs
Yep.
and you buy in and usually you're buying in and you're choosing
Something. A team, a player,
Correct.
something. Yep.
you're choosing it and that is the price that you pay for that particular one because
Correct.
and like you're actually paying a premium for like the better
The better,
positions
the better,
to get in
the
there.
better potential.
Right. So then you hit the people who are opening these packs, they don't know what's in it.
No,
No, right? Because it's all just like you're real time.
they're
you
sealed.
are
They're sealed by the factory.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you're saying they hit it and they recognize, wow, that's a really good card. Like, let's buy it back from this person.
Or people in the stream.
Oh, they're like, I'll give you that. Oh, so then it's like an auction in the stream.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes, like, if it's something really big, but there's been times where I've hit a large card and somebody's like, "Hey, if you're interested in selling this, message me." They send a Zelle or a Venmo to
Yeah.
my card LLC, and I tell the person that hit it, I go get their contact information and send it to them.
Yeah.
So in a matter of moments, you can turn a small amount into a large amount, transact, and that happens very, very quickly. Now, most people go the route of like an eBay, but there's also consignment where
Yeah.
you can sell like there are companies out there. Our friends
Mhm.
own
Yep.
a very, very probably the largest, if not one of the
Mhm.
largest ones. And you just send them all your stuff, and every week they send you money for what they sold
Yeah.
for you,
Yeah.
and they take a small portion of it. So it's it's very different. I mean,
I
it's
don't think people understand, and I'll have to say this only because I've had conversations with my husband, and
sure,
this is so far out of his realm of what he like
yeah,
knows.
yeah,
It's not his thing.
yeah,
Like you
right,
talk fishing
yeah,
all day,
yeah,
like
yeah,
he knows all of the things.
yeah,
Um, but when I share with him just like numbers because we are very
sure,
close to people who do this for a living, and
yeah,
he's like, not a chance.
yeah,
No, like in his mind, and I think at first, had I not seen kind of the build up and just like what goes into it, I'd be like, no way,
yeah.
no way. So I was like him, like not a chance. But like, I- he just,
The amount of money that moves in an app like a Fanatics or a whatnot on a daily basis is I can't even imagine. I know our peers that are doing
yeah,
7 figures a day in revenue, like our friends, and there are places that are bigger, that run more hours, that have more
yeah,
platforms, and it's just 24/7 with big players, small players. There's anything that anybody would ever want is, like, available in this
yeah.
marketplace, and it becomes something where, like, there's a couple different ways of doing it. So, like, the gambler aspect of it has made it explode.
Right.
Baseball cards have been around forever. Pokemon cards at this point have been around for 30 years. So, maybe the cards not, but, like, Pokemon itself. So, like, cards have been around for a good amount of time.
Yeah.
But baseball cards have been around, like, probably close to 100 years now.
Hmm.
So, people are still collectors.
Correct.
So, you have, like, the crazy enthusiasts that collect their favorite player, they collect their favorite team, and they just have this collection. I had a person literally message me today, and he's like, "Hey, I collect Ken Griffey Jr. I see
Yeah.
you have this rare card." He's like, "I want it, and I'm willing to pay a premium, but I'm not gonna pay, like, what, like, essentially a scalper or a flipper would pay."
Right.
And he's like, here he sent me a picture. He's like, "Here's my collection." He's like, "If you wanna move it today, I'll buy it." I'm like,
Oh,
"Whatever,
wow.
dude." I'm like, "Cool. Like, you
Yeah.
collect. I have a
Yeah.
zillion things I'm trying to move. Like, this is super rare. I want you to have it." So we made a deal on eBay. Like, but, like, so that guy wanted it. For me, I was gambling. I happened to hit the card, and
Yeah.
that was a win.
Right. Right.
So he's happy
It
because
meant more to him.
right. So
Yeah.
so now he didn't have to go out and scour like all these packs to try to
Yeah.
hit this one obscure card. He just went to a place, made a deal. He got what he wanted. I got the
Hmm.
money, and now I'll recycle it and do something different with it.
Right. Right.
So there are very, very avid collectors.
If we're,
That oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, if we're talking about collections, I think of I maybe because we had someone come and bring a coin collection.
Sure.
You think of coin
Yeah.
collections, then you think of even more higher end like art
Yeah.
collections. It's like I feel like cards is one of those that you could kind of relatively get in on
Yeah.
at a lower threshold than I
S-
mean, you're not going out and buying this art collection
Well,
unless it explodes. I mean, I guess.
so yes and no. I mean, you're 100% yes from the standpoint that people are looking at cards as like the new art.
Right.
So you have more people, more like predominant people. So somebody like a Mr. Wonderful, somebody
Hmm.
like a Logan Paul, big personalities that are on TV that are
Yeah.
really talking about getting into this. Gary V is like a
I
huge,
was thinking Gary Vee was
like
like a and
big
for a long
like
time.
loved it before it was cool.
Long time.
So there are a lot of people out there that have been into this for a very long time.
Yeah.
And my age group kind of grew up with it. So like this is our art. This is
Yeah.
our Picasso. So somebody going out and paying $16 million for a Pokemon card probably rivals a huge
Oh,
amount of
yeah.
insanely fine art. Now, there are pieces of art that sell for hundreds of millions of dollars,
Yes.
but at what point will a rookie Mickey Mantle card or a rookie Honus Wagner card or a rare like Pokemon card that now is 10 years older,
Yeah.
harder to get. It's all about scarcity. So
For sure.
there were only so many of these items made, and every year that goes by, more and more get damaged, more and more get lost, more and more something happens to them. So
I think I was talking in terms of like the person who hit that card
yeah,
for the basketball player.
Sure.
Like the threshold for him was I would assume relatively small compared.
depending. I mean, he could have been
Right.
in for a low amount, but like that's the thing. Whenever you go into these breaks and you're paying to get in, I mean,
Yeah.
he could have been in a very small like one box thing
Yeah.
that was random
That's
for
like gambling.
for $100, and he just hit the exact lottery numbers.
Mhm.
Or he could have went into a gigantic one where he bought the Mavericks and paid tens of thousands of dollars for the
Right,
opportunity.
Yeah.
It just depends like what I think in this case it was relatively small, relatively low buy-in,
Yeah.
and it just happened to hit. Those stories are fun for me
Yeah.
because like I'll dabble in big stuff, but I play predominantly in like these smaller things.
Right.
So when regular people hit big stuff, it's fun.
Yeah.
Whenever like the person that throws in 2 million to hit the $3 million card,
Right.
like I mean, one, they kind of should hit it like odds and they're chasing and they're getting it, but it's different. The other part is like whether you hold it or flip it.
Right.
So if that guy, I imagine he'll sell it. He'll take his like $1 million
Yeah,
or whatever and
yeah.
like walk out. Now somebody looks at that and says,
I'm gonna hold this.
this is $1 million. I think it's
Mhm.
going to be worth 5 million at some point in the future.
Hopefully, he doesn't get injured.
Well, right. And with
That's like
athletes,
that's gambling too.
so with athletes, just like stocks, like
Yeah.
we look at things like earnings reports or things that happen with a
Mhm.
company. What if somebody has a bad game? What if somebody has a bad season? What if somebody gets
Yeah.
hurt? What if somebody goes to jail?
Right.
Like these are people.
Yeah.
So all of these things can happen, and you're betting on the
Mhm.
future of the performance of this person and what could happen. So a lot of people will like stuff like the Pokemon because
Yeah.
like Charizard's not going to jail.
No,
Pikachu's like
you can find him.
right, yeah.
But you're
Like Pikachu's not getting cut by the Cowboys. So it's like those are just things that like aren't going to happen.
Oh yeah.
But with people,
Yeah.
there's like real stuff that could happen.
Right.
And then like going back to like when people were kids, like the stuff that has the most value, these really, really
Mhm.
old baseball cards. I mean, as people watch this, depending on our age demographic, but like I did it as a kid, just I grew up in an era where cards were worthless.
Yeah.
But my dad's era, they were putting like Mickey Mantle cards in the spokes of their bikes and like riding them around to make the
Yes.
motorcycle noise.
Yes.
So how many like $10+ million cards were like damaged
Damaged,
over
right.
time because
Oh,
people just didn't know.
No idea.
And that's why the preservation and all of this stuff is so
Yeah.
important, because the older it is, the better condition it's in. The only thing that can happen over time is things get worse.
Yeah.
There's more wear and tear. So just like with art, it's like it becomes more valuable, more valuable, more valuable. Players become like there's an insane amount of talent pool.
Right.
But there's
Yeah.
only so many people in the Hall of Fame. There's only so many rookie cards that get made. There's only
Right.
so many
Yeah.
of all of this stuff. So when it comes down to like, what is it? I mean, sure, it's a tangible thing.
Mhm.
It's an asset class. So it's a
It is.
collectible. Now, what is the value? It's got a market value
Mhm.
on any given day.
It
can
goes
be-
up and down.
Goes up and down.
And I know this only because there have been cards that you've gotten that were like super hot, and then it was like, oh wait, that player did not.
Right.
What was the one? Mac Jones.
There's a lot of
That
it.
one was like, I feel like that one was so hot for so long, and then
Oh.
it was like,
There
I'm
are-
like, what are we doing with these Mac Jones cards? And you're like, yeah, no.
Yeah, there's just a lot of players that you get drafted high,
volatility,
you have
too.
you have a great year and things happen, and especially in the world of baseball. I mean,
Yeah.
there are people that get drafted that never make the big leagues, and I joke
Mhm.
around. I'm like, people will go through my collection and they're like, this was from like 5 years ago. What's that guy doing? I'm like, I don't know. He might be like serving burgers or cutting grass right now.
He's cutting grass.
Like he's like, who knows what he's doing? He's
He
not
could
playing
cutting grass.
baseball. He's
Yep.
not playing baseball anymore. So it's like you take shots on
Yeah.
people, and it's like there were some kids that had a ton of promise that they made it to the big leagues. They
Yeah.
were absolute like
Phenoms, right?
phenoms,
Yeah.
and I've made a killing
Mhm.
on finding those people early on and having it work out. And then there were
So I
other
think
people
it's
that
like
were
while it's hot too, is like this. Do we move this
yeah,
or do we hold this? That there is that gamble. You have said, and I don't know which cards they have you've done this with, but I know that you've been like, oh, I just put that one in my safe.
yeah.
Like, how have you decided which cards you're like, I'm gonna hold on? I think it's been more like Mickey Mouse
Yeah,
stuff.
so personally, yeah, like I collect just ultra rare like
Yeah.
Disney, Mickey, and Minnie stuff.
Yeah.
And that's just more for my daughter. Like she
I was
likes
gonna
it.
say, yeah.
There are some like Disney princess things, so like Cinderella, Elsa, like things like
Mhm.
that. Like anytime I can get in, and especially like if it's early enough in the night, like if we're sitting on the couch and she's like watching it with me, like it's something that we kind of do together.
Yeah.
So she'll be like, "Oh, get Elsa or get Minnie in this
Mhm.
one," and then we'll hit it. And I'm like, "Oh, this is gonna come to the house in a couple days," so then it'll come and she'll get all
Yes.
excited. But yeah, any of like the really really rare like Mickey Minnie stuff
Mhm.
is in my safe. And that I'll hold on for the next 30, 40 years. If it
Right.
goes to zero, it doesn't impact our life.
Yeah.
But if it's ultra rare and really important, like my daughter will have that.
Mhm.
And then long after I'm gone, she can give it to her kids or whatever. Hopefully, we're never in a situation where like we have to sell stuff like
Right.
that.
Right.
But it's just something fun that we do together. I have like athletes, so I have some friends that
Mhm.
that have made it to the big leagues.
Yeah.
Like I collect their stuff. Like it's
Yeah,
not the
it's
most
fun.
valuable, but like
Yeah.
I'll chase like their super rare stuff.
Mhm.
So like my personal trainer, like one of his best cards, like I have, it's worth
Yeah.
like I think I bought some of them for like $13, like
Yeah.
no money. And I'm like, dude, I have your
You
best
can't
stuff.
put a price tag on him though. He's
Right.
the best.
Right. And then even like guys that got drafted with my cousin. So like just current players that are
Right.
in the league that are doing
Mhm.
well. It's not about flipping it and
Right.
getting the money. It's like I know this guy and
Yeah, it's cool to
it's
have.
funny because I mess
Yeah.
with him and I'm like, dude, you got to play. I got like a bunch of money invested in you.
You gotta suit up and get back in there.
Yeah. So there's a huge, huge marketplace for it. And again, I think it's just something like that's an alternative and it's like being brought to light because we're really like, we're looking for different things.
Yeah.
And there was this like fad of, um, what was it? Why can't I think of what they're called? The digital images.
Digital images.
Yeah. NFTs.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Oh,
NFC.
So,
yeah.
so whenever people were buying those, and it was like nobody had heard of them, and now you get this digital image, and people were paying
I feel like that was
crazy
Gary
amount.
Vee thing, right?
It was all over.
I feel like that was
So,
like-
but people paid crazy amounts, and like
Mhm.
that was a fad, and it was like people paid tons, and then it tanked.
that was nothing I was ever really like even aware of, which is why I was like, what are you talking
Yeah.
about? Now, but now that you say it,
Yeah.
wasn't there was like some like monkey
Yeah.
one? Or,
Yeah. So there
like,
was,
yeah.
so there was all kinds
Yeah.
of stuff, but with cards, it's been around forever,
Yeah.
and it used to be a very, very affordable hobby. Now it's just spiked, but the collectors still collect.
Yeah.
And then the gamblers gamble. And it's
Mhm.
become just an easy way to kind of mix a lot of the culture. Sports, obviously, in our
Yeah.
country is massive. And it's just a way that a lot of people are coming together because it kind of gives you either an online or
Yeah.
like a casino type environment, like in a card shop. You have a
The card shop is fun, and
It
that's
is
it's
fun.
funny
There's-
to go in
but-
there
yeah.
because remember we went in there, I was like, "That's my chiropractor,"
Yeah.
and then
Oh.
it's like you connect and you're like, "Wait, what card do you have?" Like
Mhm.
it does literally like transport you back to like when you were a kid, and I was not a like sports
Yeah.
card person. I think for me as a female,
Sure.
it was the Barbies.
Yeah. Right.
I did not have those, but I think about the card going in the safe.
Yeah,
And Nikki not
right,
being
yeah.
like able to ruin it, whereas Barbies you could totally take out
Right.
of. And I remember kids will be like, "Oh, you weren't supposed to play with that."
Yeah.
And not me personally, but they were
Right.
like, "I opened it."
Yeah.
So there's a level of protection for those cards if you get them graded and
Well,
they're in the protected.
And
case.
even now, it's like I have friends that I know are not like in the community, like especially in our area.
Yeah.
Like you kind of know like who's
Mhm.
in the community. You see the same people. Now online, I know like a bunch of people. So like being at the card shop, I saw one of like a friend of mine. And he was there with his kids, and he's like, "My kids are like just getting into this." He's
Yeah,
like, "Do you
yeah,
know anything
yeah,
about it?" I'm
yeah.
like, and like the people that work there laugh. They're like, "He knows way too much
Way
about it."
more.
So it was fun because I'm like, "What do you guys like?" And they're like, "We like Pokemon, we like baseball, like this." And I'm
Yeah.
like, "Here," I'm like, "Let me get you guys some stuff." And my buddy's like, "Dude," he's like, "This is awesome." He's like, this was like the most fun day that they had.
Yes.
Because he's like, I come here, but he's like, I don't understand it. So it's like getting the next generation involved in like something that's fun. You can do it with your kids.
Yeah.
There are so many channels online of people with their kids or with their parents, like doing this type of thing. It's like a wholesome activity where
Yeah.
like sports betting, like just feels way more degenerate to me than this, even though it's a very similar level,
Yeah.
like dopamine rush.
Well, we had for a little while where they were here because we have space in
Yeah.
our building where they rented out and they were doing the breaks and they
Yeah.
always had the filler cards.
Yeah.
And sometimes they will give them away, but I'm like, keep those. Like,
Yeah.
I want those because I have little kids in my neighborhood. Well, boys, younger boys, probably elementary school. I'm like, they're going to come and get these. And they do. And they will filter through and they'll try to find ones. It's so cute because
Yeah.
I'm like, this is going to be about a part of their childhood and
Yeah.
what they've like grown up knowing.
Yeah. And it's just, it's becoming more and more like there's more and more of a spotlight on it. So
Yeah.
people like the golden auctions, there was a LeBron card that I think it was like LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan, or like LeBron, like a logo card that sold for like
Jordan's the best.
several $1 million. Honus Wagner in 2022 sold for like $7.2 million. A Mickey Mantle card sold for 12.6. I mean, there's just like every time a bigger transaction happens, it's
Yeah.
like all over like national news.
Yeah.
So it's not just like this like niche like cult culture
Mhm.
anymore. It's very mainstream. And again, I think people really enjoy like watching this stuff because again, it reminds them of childhood. It brings them to a place of like, hey, we enjoy
Yeah.
sports. Like, let's collect our favorite thing. I have good friends of mine, their neighbors, like, he's a huge Buccaneers fan.
Yeah.
And he's like, I love the Buccaneers and I collect like all their players. He's like, do you have any stuff? I'm like, you could have all the stuff. I'm like, there's been like nobody like in the Buccaneers world of like for collecting. So I'm like, all the stuff is like,
Right.
you can have it because it's like for a collector. Like I don't want to say there's no value. Like there's like
Yeah.
rare Tom Brady cards, things like that. But something that a collector
Would appreciate.
would appreciate,
Mhm.
I'm like, sure.
Yep.
Like this is stuff that like those guys would be like giving
Yeah.
away.
Yeah.
So something that can it make money? Absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're strategic and you understand it, you can make a lot of money. I have friends that have turned card distribution into a several $1 million
Oh my
business.
gosh.
Now, if you're like playing it as a consumer,
Mm-hmm.
it's harder because it
Right,
is a
right.
casino. So like
Yeah.
over the long term, you probably will lose.
Lose. Yeah.
You need to be strategic. You need to know what it is. It's not like play it like the lottery, not like your 401k. So
Yeah.
like don't bank on that money turning into a huge amount. But it can be fun and I use it as like entertainment dollars.
Yeah.
So the stuff that I get and stuff that is inventory, I count as an asset class. I keep a balance sheet
Yeah.
and my accounting team says like, this is what your inventory is. This is how much you
Yeah.
paid. This is how much we sold it. Like it's a business. I have people that do the exact same like buying as I do and they keep no records. So
Right.
like that's probably not good.
Right.
So it's fun. Like it's something that I think is people are into and people want to ask questions. Hopefully this gets like interaction because online I feel
it's
like
blown
my
up.
my algorithm is like every other stream is like us talking or cards or food. So I'm like I'm skewed or some kind of gambling. So from that standpoint, like it'll pop up, but for other people, like maybe they've seen it and they're like, oh, I didn't know anything about this. And I want to know like the financial impact of it or how it works. And
it was a whole new world for me.
It's a whole new
and
world.
I the value I've added to the conversation, just knowing the ins and outs of it.
Yeah.
Minimal, but it is something I've seen and been up close with. And for me, I've been like, it's more eye opening. I was like, I did not realize this
Yeah.
was the thing that it is.
Yeah. And do it because it's fun. Like,
Yeah.
like if you get into it, do it strictly for the purpose of thinking that the cards that you get are worth no
Yeah.
money and because you enjoy it and you want to hang on to it.
Yeah.
If you want to like research how to do it and how to potentially make money, like there are ways to like
Right.
make money and
Yeah.
it's very boring. It's like, it's kind of
Mhm.
like what we do on a daily basis with like our investing strategy.
Yeah.
Most of what we have is very, very,
Boring.
very boring.
Yeah.
But then there's like the exotic stuff. So it's like whenever you have an excess amount of money, I view it as entertainment and I play around a little bit, and
Yeah.
I've been able to get some very, very cool stuff that nobody else in the world has. Like, that's fun.
Yeah. It's always interesting when you're like, look what I hit. And I'm like, what? What is that?
Right. I send stuff to my brother,
Oh,
and
what is that?
he's like, I don't get it, dude. He's like, I know that you're like, that it's like big, but he's like, I just don't get it. And I think that's a lot of people, but
Yeah. It's fun. You got to be in this space. It is.
yeah.
It's something to do for entertainment.
Yeah,
So
and obviously-
entertainment dollars.
And obviously with this big sale of a card, I mean, it just puts way more eyeballs on on the hobby itself, because somebody can think at some point somebody got that for a
Yeah.
relatively low amount of money,
Mhm.
and then it turned into that.
Right.
So it's fun.
Good
So
diamond in the rough.
yeah, if you have questions or if you have comments or want to hear more about stuff like
Do you
this,
have any cards that you think Mike would like?
yeah, they were like, we should open cards on here, or we should bring cards. I'm like, maybe some other time. But if you have comments or questions, reach out, because
Yeah.
we want to talk about fun stuff like this. Like, there's a money aspect to a lot of different hobbies. We do a lot of stuff in our personal life that isn't just financial planning. So like, we are regular people,
Right.
and we want to shine light on all types of stuff. Again, like, do it with responsibility and like treat it like the money is gone.
Right.
But there is an entertainment aspect to
Mhm.
life, and that's part of, like, with proper planning, you can enjoy things like this and have fun and laugh. And like I said, it's a hobby that my daughter and I really enjoy together. And it's like something that I think we'll do for a long time, and hopefully like she'll do it with her kids at some point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see everybody next week.
See you later.
Factory defect, if it was an 8 or higher, like, that's the cost of doing business. So they'll replace an 8 or worse. So like, I have a big card upstairs that I knew was messed up, and they wouldn't replace it. So I was like, screw it, I'm gonna send it to PSA. PSA gave it a 7. So now I'll send that to Topps and be like, hey, you didn't replace this. I had to pay PSA to get a 7. Now you have to give me like a massive card.
Mm.
But like, I don't do that. Like, I have
Yeah.
a team of people that do it. So if I had to do it myself, it would be like brain damage.
Yeah, it'd be annoying.
But yeah, it's a whole thing.
It's,
It's very
I
involved.
know way more about cards than I ever thought in
I think
my life.
I think
would know.
everybody does.
I don't think everybody does, because they don't have somebody who's like ripping packs.
Maybe.
You don't do it. It was fun when we like went to the store and like get to rip it in real time.
I went there
instead
on I went there on Saturday.
of-
I still go. I just go in like just discreetly.
Registered representative and financial advisor of Park Avenue Securities, LLC, PAS, OSJ 14021, Metropolis Ave, Fort Myers, Florida, 33912-239-561-2900. Securities products and advisory services offered through PAS, member FINRA, SIPC. Financial representative of the Guardian Life Insurance Company of America, New York, NY. PAS is a wholly owned subsidiary of Guardian. Alliance Financial Group is not an affiliate or subsidiary of PAS or Guardian. CA Insurance License Number 0M21715. AR Insurance License Number 158383330. 88119431 expires 328.